Howdy, listeners. This is your host, Random Nerd, on the Critical Thinking Nerd podcast. This is episode 8, part 2, the companion episode in the Positive Masculinity series for the women. We just talked to the men about shame, guilt, and self-forgiveness. Now we're going to talk to you, ladies, about the same terrain on your side. Because you carry your own stories, things you've done, things you've tolerated, things you blame yourself for that weren't your fault. And all of that shapes how you see men, yourself, and God. Segment 1. Shame's voice versus guilt's voice for women. Just like with men, the distinction matters. Guilt. I did something wrong. I lied. I stayed when I knew I should leave. I hurt someone with my words or actions. Shame. I am something wrong. I'm broken. I'm dirty. I'm unlovable, too much, not enough. Shame for women often latches onto body and sexuality, past choices in relationships, ties you to failed as a mother, partner, daughter, or friend. Questions to think over. When you mess up, is your first thought, I was wrong, or, of course, that's just me, I'm a mess? Do you believe you deserve kindness and change, or only punishment and chaos? Segment 2. When shame isn't yours to carry. Some of what you feel guilty or ashamed about is real. You made choices that hurt people. Some of it, though, was put on you by others. Being blamed for someone else's abuse or infidelity. Being told your body or desires are inherently shameful. Being made responsible for everyone else's emotions. In those cases, you may feel guilty for not stopping something you never had the power to stop. You may carry shame for someone else's sin. That false shame makes it hard to set boundaries, keeps you over apologizing, makes you feel like you must accept any treatment because this is what I'm worth. Questions to think over. What are you carrying guilt for that if your best friend told you the same story, you'd never blame her for? Who taught you to apologize for things that weren't actually your fault? Segment 3. Healthy guilt, real accountability. On the other hand, some guilt is healthy and needed. It says, I hurt someone, I need to own that. Examples. Cheating or emotional affairs, lying to keep someone around or to avoid conflict, using people for attention, money, or status, blowing up in ways that leave lasting damage. Healthy guilt invites honest confession, real apologies, changed behavior. Toxic shame either denies everything and blames everyone else, or collapses into I'm the worst without ever actually making things right. Questions to think over. Is there someone you know deep down you owe a real apology to, but pride or fear has stopped you? When you feel bad, do you move toward repair or toward hiding and distraction? Segment 4. Steps towards self-forgiveness. Without making light of harm, women also need a process that doesn't skip responsibility, but also doesn't leave them stuck in self-hate. You can mirror the men's framework: responsibility, remorse, restoration, renewal. 1. Responsibility. I did this. No, but he. In the first sentence. Just, I lied, I cheated, I hit below the belt. I stayed when I was actively harming myself and my kids. 2. Remorse. I care that this hurt people, including me. Let yourself feel it, but without spiraling into I am trash. Remorse moves you toward action. Shame freezes you. 3. Restoration. What can be repaired? Honest apologies with no manipulation. Amends where possible. Not just sorry, but changed patterns. Sometimes the only restoration is changing how you live going forward. 4. Renewal. I refuse to be defined by my worst chapter. Accepting that you are flawed, but not beyond hope. Letting your story include both sin and growth, both failure and new choices. Here's a quiet faith doorway. If there is a God who sees your whole story, then he knows what was done to you. He knows what you've done. And self-forgiveness might involve agreeing with his verdict instead of your harshest inner critic. You don't have to sign into that yet, but if you long for a verdict other than ruined, that desire itself matters. Segment 5. A 7-day shame guilt reset. For the next 7 days, 1. Make 2 columns on a page. Column A, things I did I feel guilty about. Column B, things I feel ashamed about that might not be my fault. 2. Each day, pick 1 item from either column and ask, what actually happened? What did I decide about myself because of this? Is that decision fully accurate, or was it influenced by fear, control, or bad teaching? 3. For 1 item in column A, real guilt, ask, what is 1 step of responsibility, remorse, restoration, or renewal I can take this week? 4. For 1 item in column B, false shame, ask, if this happened to my daughter or best friend, would I blame her or protect her? If faith is in the back of your mind, you might end each night with, if there is a God who knows the whole truth, what would he say is mine to own, and what was never mine to carry? Closing. This was episode 8, part 2, shame, guilt, and self-forgiveness for the women's side. The point is not to tell you everything is fine or to keep you stuck in endless self-blame. It's to help you sort what is truly yours to repent of and repair, what was never yours to own in the first place, and what it might look like over time to live as someone who has a past, but is not only her past. As this series moves forward into strength, complementarity, dating, family, and faith, the invitation for both men and women is the same. Learn to tell the truth about what you've done and let that truth lead to change, not to lifelong self-destruction. Until next time, stay reflective, stay grounded, and ask, what do I need to own? What do I need to release? And what kind of person do I want to become from here? If you found this episode meaningful, please continue to listen to my next episode as I dive deeper and research further to share my knowledge with you. Thank you.